Thank you for watching Male Rights Activists. I'm your host, Kyle Erby, and I'm a card-carrying member of the MRA. We've got a great show for you today. Let's get right to it. The social media world went crazy when videos surfaced of Solange Knowles putting hands and feet on Jay-Z in the elevator. There was no audio, so it left people with many questions. Why is Beyonce's sister windmilling on Jay-Z? Why didn't Beyonce jump in? And why they named that girl Solange? I had one question of my own. Why wasn't Solange arrested? I don't mean days later. I mean immediately. As soon as the tape was made public, as soon as she was allegedly bragging about it on Twitter, she should have got some new bracelets. This is the part where I insert a pun about handcuffs using the title of one of Solange's songs, but I don't know any. I know this. Chris Brown was sitting in his jail cell like, this is some bullshit. Speaking of elevator rumbles, it wasn't that long ago that Baltimore Ravens running back Ray Rice had a similar situation in the elevator where his woman admitted to starting the fight. She admitted it. Now all we saw was him dragging her out the elevator like an ant dragging a tarantula. She got off with a warning. He got indicted. Why? Because he won the fight that she started? When Chris Brown got into it with Rihanna, all we saw was how badly her face was bruised up, and everybody was mad with Chris Brown. And I understand she looked like Mitch Green. The dude Columbus Short beat up looked pretty bad too. But since he's a man, we asked, well, what'd he do? Then we heard he was talking shit about Columbus's wife, and we said, well, I guess he deserved that ass whooping. But when it comes to a woman, we never asked what she did. So I'm going to tell you what Rihanna did. Or at least the story that I heard at the Players Convention. Chris Brown allegedly got a text from some bitch. Rihanna grabbed his phone, first mistake. Saul was a suspect on her bitch better not be contacting my man list. I hate that fucking list. And then she went upside his head, second mistake. I'm sure you've heard that Chris Brown bitter. And you also know that nobody goes for the bite at first. Even Mike Tyson used it as a last resort when he was getting his ass whooped. Chris bitter reversed the move and went on to win the fight. Rihanna comes off as the victim, and Chris Brown went to jail for domestic violence and got branded a woman beater, instead of getting credit for one of the greatest comebacks in Hollywood fight history. Second only to when cocaine came back and whooped Rick James' ass. I had my money on Rick too. There are all types of rumors circulating about why Solange beat on Jay-Z. Some say Jay-Z had another woman. The most common is that Jay put hands on Beyonce and her sister was teaching him a lesson. Well, that makes sense if that's the case that he put hands on her, because that explains why Jay-Z wanted Beyonce to eat the cake anime. See how easy it is when you have hits? It also explains why Beyonce was not only not defending him, but she was facing Jay most of the time as if she was yelling at Jay while her sister was trying to whoop his ass. And don't get this twisted. I don't condone domestic violence. We don't condone domestic violence here at the MRA. But there's a difference between domestic violence and a fight. Domestic violence is a one-way thing from some bully of a man. Fuck him. I don't know what category Jay-Z and Beyonce's little beef comes in. If that's what happened, I don't know what happened, and if it was, I don't know if it was really domestic violence. I don't know what was it abuse? Was it a man keeping his house in order? I don't know. The Ray Rice situation was a fight. The Chris Brown situation was reportedly a fight. Regardless of what happened between Jay-Z and Beyonce, a woman attacked a man on tape, and people laughed. Some people applauded. Others gave her excuses. Yet no arrest was made. When a woman hits a man, we ask what that man did. When a man hits a woman, we say, what's wrong with that man? In one breath, women want equality. They want equal pay. They want equal rights at the home. They want to be treated just like men. And one can argue that Chris Brown and Ray Rice treated their women just like men. You hit me like a man, you get hit back like a man. Sounds like equality to me, but we don't want equality. I know I don't. I don't want to see a man hit a woman. I personally think it's a bitch move to ever lay a hand on a woman. Unless y'all role playing. And I'm a big fan of double standards. I believe a man can sleep around with thousands of women And if a woman sleeps with one other man besides me, she's a nasty bitch. I believe if a man hits me, I can deal with him in any way I choose. But if a woman hits me, I need to call one of my homegirls, my sister, my cousin, or my aunties to lay hands on that bitch. And don't forget my mama knocked that bitch out too. But as I said, I believe in double standards. If you do too, it's time you recognize it. That's our show for today. Fellas, don't forget your MRA card. Ladies, make a decision. Enough of this selective equality bullshit. Decide, man. Don't be trying to be equal sometimes and otherwise you want all types of special treatment. If you're going to be equal all the time. We can treat you as equals or our weaker partners, but you can't have it both ways. Please share this on Facebook to get the much needed and controversial conversation going. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and give a thumbs up to like a video and leave a positive comment. I know you've got a lot to say about this topic, so hit me up on Twitter. Follow me at Kyle Erby. That is at KYLEERBY. Be you and never compromise. Peace! MRA.